I read this article today. It was so depressing. I'll send it to you. It's called "Is New York Dead? Hell yeah, blow me" or something. It was a horrible title, and it was just. I read the whole thing, and it's just like, yeah, it's not coming back. And he listed all the reasons why it's gone and not coming back. He's like, it's gone before. We had 9/11. We had a recession. We had Wall Street. We had this, but it's never coming back.
Well, here's the thing with that. First of all, as we know, as we've talked about, I'm sorry, we'll get to the Tuesday shit in a moment. We're throwing in some anal jokes, though.
Yeah, queef.
We've it's all been said before. You know, Ford to New York dropped dead back in the day, and all that shit. And we know that that's what sells. That's capitalism.
Yeah,
this is why we're in such fucking turmoil.
Yep.
Is bad sells. If you go, New York is going to burn down in 2022. Ooh, click, click, click. Everybody pass it around. But also, everyone's talking about there's an uptick in crime, which is obviously true, and it's happening. It's weird. A guy was shot at Grand Central. But we were at a 30-year low of violence, so we're upticking from a low spot. It's not 1977 out here. I mean, crime has been plummeting in this city for decades. And so now it's upticking, but I think it'll be okay.
I hope, but his argument was that we got all these skyscrapers. Everybody goes, yeah, but the financial capital of America is in New York City. You got the stock exchange, you got Wall Street, you got this and that. But he's like, it's all Zoom now, so we don't even need the building. So now you can just do that shit from Nashville.
That's a good point. I think I heard that too. Now, don't get me wrong. My counter argument here, it's coming from a retard. I'm like a hockey fanatic comedian. I don't know what the fuck. I was just trying to look at a positive spin here, but I heard the same thing. We got crazy real estate and no one wants to use it, and everyone's going, why would we go back to the office?
Right.
I mean, I feel that way now, and I understand people want us to do in person. We'll go back to some in person here, but there is something to the fact that I'm like, when this podcast ends, I close my computer and I can take a shit on the bed. Yeah. And I'm not in Greenwich Village. I don't have to get on a train to a train to a train. So even in our profession, I'm doing these Zoom shows. I love it. I eat my dick and just close my computer.
I get it. I love eating dick and closing computers, but it's funny. He did a callback to Johnny Depp. He was apparently reported that he shit on his own bed. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear, but he doesn't seem like he's doing well, that guy.
No, he seems a little sloppy. And speaking of which, Poppy died, by the way.
Enzo and Poppy?
Enzo and Poppy. Who's next? Kramer?
Jesus.
Well, he died on stage, but I don't know. It's scary. I just hope it comes back. I just got this new apartment, and here's the clinker. I don't think they're going to lower the rent.
Well, eventually have to rent. I mean, Vitor, I think we might have talked about this before. I know I say that a lot, yada, yada. But Vitor said, in order for, hey, I think we have the same water bottle. How about that?
Ah, Essentia.
It's good for reflux. This is all I ever drink.
Is that right?
That's what a doctor told me, and then I fucking bought it, and that's all I do now.
It's all water. It's all the same. It's tap
water. But I guess there has to be enough vacancies for the prices to come down. So all these people, every time you see a moving truck, that's good news to me.
Oh, interesting. But here's the juice. Here's the weird stuff. If you signed a lease, they got you. It's not going to go down till that lease is up.
Right. That's a good point. I got a long lease too.
Same.
It's a weird times. And by the way, Chris Allen, hung with him, had a nice cigar. I think I talked about that already. Maybe I can't remember, but yeah, I had a nice cigar, hung with him. Good hang, good guy. He's not fat anymore, which is really disappointing. I forgot that he actually was fat at one point.
Is he still black?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ah, damn. Can't win them all. But
so he showed me, we were talking real estate and just blah, blah, blahing, and he sent me a photo of his home and what he pays for his mortgage.
Appalling.
I'm moving. I'm going to move out there. I mean, I'm going to be Chris Allen's neighbor. He's tolerable. I'll move out there.
Wow. I mean, he lives in Charlottesville or whatever the hell it is. I probably shouldn't have said that. But he lives out in Virginia. You really want to live in the middle of hell like that?
I mean, have you seen his house? He's got one of those, what do you call it? The porch, a wraparound porch with little white fucking picket things. his yard is the size of Central Park, and he pays like $3.25 for his mortgage. It's insane.
Oh, wow.
Driveway, the works. I mean, he's out there. Like, I mean, he's got 48 guns because he's got bears and, white people in his area.
Tiki torches.
But, it's a hell of a home. I could save like $1,500 a month and have like a 12-bedroom house.
I know. And then you could you're right by D.C. You got a hub. You can fly all over the country, do gigs.
I know. I'd have to, live near Chris Allen. But other than that, it's pretty great.
Yeah. And his son is little, so you'd have to babysit probably. But, that seems nice, but I like New York. But then again, if New York's nothing's open, what's the difference?
Right. But here's the thing. This is what I realized. It's like My Hometown by Bruce Springsteen, which is, my favorite. You guys know how I feel. But there's a great part of the end of the song where he says, last night, me and Kay, we laid in bed talking about getting out, packing up, heading south. And then he goes, I'm 35. I got a boy. He says, he takes him around. He says, take a good look around. This is your hometown. Meaning, they sit there, they chat. What if we went here? What if we went there? But ultimately, you're like, we got a life. We chose a life. We're here. What are we talking about? We're not going anywhere.
All right. I hope you don't leave. I don't want to be stuck here alone paying $8 million a month and getting bugged in the subway.
No. Well, it's fun to imagine that you do, oh my God, if we lived here. I'm like, we got an apartment, we decorated it, we got the office downstairs, and I live here. I'm a New Yorker. I've been here for 13 years.
Yeah, same. I love it. I love my new apartment, and I love all the comedy clubs. I love the other New York comics. I love seeing them. I love sitting in a cafe. I love going out to eat. I like the whole kit and caboodle. And then you got Brooklyn, you got Queens, you got so much.
Oh yeah, it's the best, and not to mention now I got a car. I'm going out to Jones Beach tomorrow morning, and you got the U.S. Open coming to town every once in a while, once a year. And then the other thing is when a band goes on tour, they're hitting New York.
You got that right.
You live in Richmond, you go, I guess we got to go to D.C.
Right. But,
no band is skipping New York.
And then if you want to do the D.C. Improv, which is the big club there. Oh, I guess you got about 3 clubs. You got Arlington, you got D.C., and then you got the Draft House. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad, but it's something to think about someday, whatever bullshit. But